So this is a marathon session on biochar, and we want it to be like that only. See, we say anything which is moving very fast will not catch anything. We say rolling stone gathers no mass, because it is rolling very fast and gathering no mass. But I say if it is wet, it can gather more mass. So technically speaking, it will add mass as it rolls, like avalanche. Avalanche is wet, it is a small thing. So nobody taught these things. Yeah. So similarly here also, in these 3 days, in this marathon, if you are really absorbing, then you will definitely gain more insights and understanding. Usually all our online sessions, what happens is after that 1 hour you are chatting with your friends, before that having lunch or something, then after going home only something is retained, because there is not much to contemplate or think continuously, and a community like this sitting. So here in biochar introduction I am starting this kind of pictures, because telling you that biochar is not new. Biochar had been there, and we have communities globally across. And see, before fossil fuel, this was the only fuel, or direct biomass was the fuel. So it means if you want more calorific value, say all your metallurgy industry had been there only with biochar, because you can increase temperature to high level with charcoal only. Otherwise, with ordinary wood, the temperature can go up to 700 only. With that, you cannot melt anything. Even in the blast furnace, within that they put charcoal directly. It's called coking coal. So that directly burning inside. You might have seen some dishes where the flame is coming on the dish. What is that dish? Sizzlers, something like that. So not only below, but on the food also the fire is there. Fire wala pan type. So then only we get more energy, something like that. So that way, this is one traditional in Andhra Pradesh near Vinukonda, that is near the capital Amravati. On a large scale, people do this biochar production. I can't even imagine. I will just put a small video so that if anybody is feeling sleepy, then at least you will get into the real magnitude of these are drone visuals. Can you see me walking there?
Yes.
So you can imagine this one takes about 3 to 4 months, and people are perfectly doing, and this is lakhs worth material. Lakhs of worth material, any mistake happens, in one day he will be ashes. Ashes means nothing, everything gone. That too 3 months it will be there. And if you count this kind of things, around 16, 17 are there. Each one will generate about 1 to 2 tons of biochar within that. This is like 4-5 days one, this one. This is like a cycle of maybe 1 week. Within 1 week, they put biomass inside, they do pyrolysis, and 1 week cycle, they take out everything. Getting 1 day loading, like 5 days pyrolysis, and cooling, and then taking out like that. So these are also there. These are efficient, but these are earth mount directly. They don't require anything, just not even pit. Pit is also costly, no? Here directly on the level ground, they make a heap, then they put the soil, and then they do. And they got very high quality biochar, especially for our, we can put legs forward because others, yeah. So this is having high calorific value, remember, and good weight also, because for them weight is important for a seller, cages. Means there might be some other impurities in it, they might not have activated, but for the purpose of utility by different industries, something like that, it's working. something like that. Okay. So this voluntarily I went and took these pictures. Voluntarily, you can imagine, only for my passion. I felt so thrilled once I saw that one, but the second time I went there with a drone, a guy, and then I got it done. So that I could show the world that this is not something we are talking now. We are not started now. This is very ancient, sir. Even if you go to America, same thing will be there. Or you go to any country, if you say traditionally somebody made charcoal, the slight variation can be there in the dome structure or something. But similar things will be there globally, like pyramids. Pyramids are there without communication. So like that they are there. Where is this location? Vinukonda near south of Amravati, that is the new capital, Vijayawada. Yeah, so this you can imagine. So they sell, how they are paid is like bag wise. This is a short, longer shot. So just to imagine the scale, nearby some forest. See, you can see lots of biomass is there around. They have lots of Prosopis juliflora growing in that area, or some plantations are there, like subabul, eucalyptus, uprooted plantations like mangoes, and many will be there. Rootstock, usually rootstock nobody will take because rootstock processing is very difficult. So they give to these people. So they put inside as a core. Then above they put sticks. So they need not even cut. With the same heat within this say 12-day cycle to 3-month cycle of pyrolysis, they conveniently do it. So you can see how big it is. Like yeah, everywhere they are there nowadays because fuel wood demand is not there. People are not see axe guy is not visible anywhere. Earlier, traditionally, a person with axe was a common thing for men. Now, no man can do that job. Holding a axe is also difficult. Cutting wood is not a easy job. It is not even men's job. Men at work, we say. But there is no men at work. Okay. So, that energy is not there. Machines are at work. So, that way it is happening now. So, that way I saw even the water bodies. There they are dumping this rootstock. Huge rootstock. So anybody who want to do systematically some pyrolysis, of course, the logistics will be there, like how to bring it, transportation, and all that. That will be there. But ultimately, the cost benefit you have to look at. So sometimes biomass might be available. Then, like just before coming, a professor was calling me. I have 17 acres of land. I have some eucalyptus. Now we are uprooting and we have rootstock. Can you give carbon credits? So, he is very good professor. I know him personally. Sir, I said, personally we can't do unless somebody is doing 1,000 tons or beyond. And within that you can become part, but one to one it is very difficult. So I was explaining all that. So like that, many people there are so many videos here. Sir, that goes into steel industries directly. That is at the rate of 20 rupees kg direct price at the place itself or Prosopis juliflora. Not now, about 1 year back, when I may nearly no 6-7 months back. And then other biomass, any other biomass we say no, that was at the rate of say 16 rupees. So for them wholesale means you are buying by a truck, not less than that. That is wholesale, they mean, not in bags and cages. So it means 10 tons or 20 tons you are ordering. Then that is the price. Not even transportation included. So they are very good at, they don't even ask carbon credits. Yeah, no, for them, in spite of all efforts, it is viable business model for them. So they are not getting into the loop of what we are doing now. And because they are burning it anyhow, they are not eligible much for carbon credits. So that way also they don't want to get into all that procedures, where it is going, where to apply, from where they are getting. So many things they are not bothered. So this basic picture I always show, that is the fundamental thing for any person to understand. Especially when we deal with this pyrolysis and all that, there are four elements that we need to remember. When you burn, what are the four things that appear at the end? Biomass is required, okay, that is essential. Apart from that, four things appear when we combust anything, let us say. What are the four things? Heat is one thing, but that's okay. But fire, what we say, fire and heat are related, okay, that is okay. Next, smoke is coming. Let us smoke, we say. Within smoke, we can have methane, CO2, CO, nitrous oxide, many things will be there within smoke, including moisture. Okay, that is another thing. So, usually smoke color is what? It is white, then it is more moisture. If it is already dark, then you have lots of soot. So, that happens when too much burning is happening. So, it means the carbon is also going out. That's why all kitchens are dark only in olden days. No kitchen was whitewashed. Okay, because that darkens over a period. The walls, even if you do like this, you can see the color. Yeah, earlier. So then we have two other most important byproducts. What are the two important byproducts? Ash and biochar. Yeah. So there are in total. Yeah, you don't forget biochar. At the end, like cow story, I will come down to biochar. So like if you want to please a Sara teacher, you will tell some good words, no, like that. You tell biochar, I'll be happy. So, huh? Yeah, that's the only word now which can save us. Yeah, magic and miracle, or you say anything, or godly particle. Even for me, it is godly particle. Yeah. So at the end, after 3 days, you will smear your biochar like this and go home. That much I can guarantee. It happened here in our last class. So instead of vibhuti, they had biochar. Yeah, vibhuti is common, but biochar. Yeah. So that's why I say biocharred. You say after the course, what are you? I am biocharred. So these things are happening. Otherwise, if you don't do pyrolysis also by nature, there could have been some lightning. There could have been some fire created between two. Let us say there is a breeze. So two sticks are going like this once again. Then there is spark created. That's how traditionally people are making fire. No, that is also one possibility. If not, even when we have dinosaurs, so our dinosaurs used to spit fire, it seems. Yeah, it was happened, no? Phosphorus and something reaction, something like that. It happened long back. So all these things by all means on this earth. If not there is a volcano, then there is some fire. Let us say. So the possibilities of fire without matchsticks or a lighter. If I ask you to create fire, you will be only searching for some matchbox or some lighter or something like. But you cannot create fire. That is very fundamental. Without these things, if a person knows how to create fire, then definitely that person can survive anywhere on this earth. Yeah. So this knowledge nobody gives in school or college, but I am telling nature also has a means to for this fire, and in the process, some part is converted into biochar. Agreed? In the process. Because everything will not get converted into ash for various reasons, because sometimes the flame itself acts like a curtain and it protects what is already combusted partially, so it doesn't get combusted completely. Completely means it doesn't get converted into ash. So that way it happens. So that's why here other two things which I mentioned are torrefied wood and wood stick, because even the wood here, let us say here, can you see my arrow? This is what we call torrefied wood. If you have matchbox, I could have shown here. Torrefied means like up to 250 degrees centigrade, if you are heating something, it doesn't get darkened, but it remains brownish something like, okay, chocolate color it can get, because it is about to get into carbonized, but it has not got carbonized. Means what it did, it eliminated all the volatiles, whatever it can at that temperature, and it pushed the moisture also. Are you getting, like your skin goes dry something, you need moisturizer like that. So dry means dry, something like that. So that torrefied wood is also having lots of value for our applications. Let us say you want to store it, some wood, and if it is wet, it gets decomposed, or some microbial activity can also take place, or something can happen. Are you getting? Yeah. So like that, the chances are there here. But here, actually in torrefied wood, the storability is very high. Storability means long term. Oi, nu guso sapurdaka. Oi, Raghu Sundara. You made friend for, I think. That's the problem. Yeah. So, torrefied wood is for storability, torrefied wood for high calorific value, torrefied wood that can be pellets, or torrefied wood that can be used in any boilers and other things. Transportability is also increased because weight also has come down. Many values are there. Okay. So, these values it got. Then wood. What is not burnt is as it is wood or stick or biomass, what is a feedstock. Different names we give. Okay, everything is same. Okay, like that. Then we have the biochar. So finally, this thing we are looking at. Smoke has no value. Some smoke has some value, because wherever we use smoke, where people use smoke, you tell me. Smoked salmon. Okay. Smoked, yeah, like that. Okay. ठीक है. और कहाँ कहाँ लोग सोचते हैं कि अच्छा है बोल के थोड़ा मच्छर भगाएंगे. हाँ, सोना. ठीक है. सोना में भी स्मोक है क्या? आई थिंक ऑल men who smoke are having sona bath. I don't know. They are bathing others around, I think, sauna bath. But ultimately, see, you are forgetting our spiritual aspects. Some smoke is always there. What we say, incense sticks or dhoop sticks or something. Either there is no smoke in your home, you bring those things and itna jalate, Bhagwan bhi bhagta hai ya aata pata nahi. I don't know. If really God loves so much smoke, I don't know. Does God love smoke or the it's okay. But actually what we are doing in the process is, the reality is, we are sanctifying a place. What we call fumigation, technical term. So let us say you can clean the floor. Okay. You can take away the solid things. But anything is sitting inside a wall. There is a snake sitting inside a crack. Only smoke can take it out. A rat sleeping there. Only smoke can take it. So to sanctify a place, to fumigate, that's why in pest management, even in buildings or many places, they use this fumigation technology. So that this can reach all the places and it can bring them out. Even honeybee collectors, they use lots of smoke. Okay. So some smoke is good, including for your seed preservation and your, see, this is thatched one. As long as there is a chulla here, some smoke from my chulla will protect this house. So actually chulla and house are related. Are you getting? Because any small insects, boring insects, wood borer insect, everything which is there inside, they will go away. That second thing is, in traditional houses, smoke was not accumulated. It used to pass through. If you say traditional hut village, through the hut the smoke comes early in the morning. That was the beauty of our culture. People say so much smoke is coming, people are dying. Yes, now, because ours is enclosed system now. You have an RCC roof or tin roof. Where the smoke will go? Only you will breathe in, breathe out. So your life will go. So that way smoke has lots of values. That's why in yajnas, yagas, or even gruha pravesh, when people do, they go with this kind of event where they create lots of smoke, fire, everything it takes care of the. Otherwise, you'll have sick building syndrome, and after gruha pravesh, आपका स्वर्ग प्रवेश हो जाएगा. या और कहाँ जाते पता नहीं, but you will go. That much is guaranteed. Yeah, many people will fall sick. I am not telling rituals without meaning. I am telling rituals with a science behind why they do. Are you getting? So for that reason it is there. So biochar, similarly, we have lots of values which are not explicitly, like in any school kids books. There should be chapters in every class on biochar, at least one chapter. It could come under environment, or it could come under science or something. Somewhere they could see your water is there. Without your carbon, there is no water treatment. Fundamental, no water treatment. So that what we call activated carbon. थोड़ा स्टाइल में बोलते होंगे अलग अलग नाम, लेकिन पूरा एक ही है, सी है. Actually, I was looking at capital the other way around. See, you might have got it rightly, but for me, usually in life we have 5 capitals. Padma garu knows very well, because our fundamental development jargon, livelihood capitals we say. 5 capitals are there. So what are those 5 capitals? Tell me. ठीक है, एक है फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल, दैट इज व्हाट अपना सीए वालों को पता है. हाँ, उन लोग भूलते भी नहीं. हाँ हाँ, नेचुरल कैपिटल एक है, ह्यूमन कैपिटल एक है, सोशल कैपिटल एक है, फिजिकल कैपिटल एक. सो एक्चुअली बायोचार इज एडिंग वैल्यू टू ऑल द 5 कैपिटल्स. दैट्स द ग्रेटेस्ट थिंग. You remember in your name also, when you mentioned sir, I thought you can bring that aspect into it, because in our own health, you see, even our own spaces, the social aspect which comes, health and many other things. Okay, so again here physical means on infrastructure also you can apply. Natural means agriculture, soil, water, like that you name anything we are applying. Yeah. Then human capital, how it comes is, see, ultimately the values of biochar makes you more human. At the end, gun bolte hai na. If you read all the characteristics of biochar, you write down how a person should be, on a good person should be, you bring that person, anybody. Each value I can put to that person and I can make him good. And you evaluate yourself against these values. See, biochar is the highest taker, highest giver. Means you are taking jnana. Do you give highest jnana? You hold it. No, you hold it. And what we say, selectively you give. You don't release to anybody ज्ञान like that. बॉस आए तो आंसर बोलते, नहीं तो कोलिग पूछे तो जाओ बोलते, तुझे काम नहीं है. देन बॉस इज आस्किंग डू यू नो दिस, यस सर आई नो बोलते, है कि नहीं. सो लोग ऐसे ही है, बहुत सारे लोग ज्ञान नहीं है बोल के नहीं, download.com है, डाल डाल के भर भर के फोन में कंप्यूटर में भर लेते, लेकिन They don't synthesize nor they give it. When they start giving, I don't think you can fill more. Okay, fill more बोले तो क्या बोले तो उसको देने से, so biochar ऐसे ही देता है black body. Imagine black body, what is the principle, fundamental principle? It takes everything, gives everything. अच्छा है ना, सफेद कपड़े से काला कपड़ा अच्छा है, क्योंकि सफेद वाला कपड़ा वाले को आप पास भी नहीं जाएंगे, वो नेता लोग है वो देते कुछ नहीं, भगाते, बोलना नहीं, लेकिन बट दैट इज हाउ द थिंग्स आर. You absorb, you take all the negativities and give the good things. That is what biochar does. All negativities on this earth it takes and it always gives good things. So here, this is another thing. What are the things you like if I tell? Okay, I like pentagon, I like hexagon. What are the other things you like? There must be some reason. If I like pentagon, because there is a golden ratio in it, a Pythagoras theorem in it. Pentagon, you know that? These are the DNA blocks of the nature and earth. Are you getting? DNA means you have DNA, but there is DNA for the whole earth also. With that principles only everything runs. Like I have 5 fingers. If you see most of the flowers, they have 5 petals. Or honeycomb, it is hexagon. And this is the most stable form. That is what the form our carbon is having. Okay, the more the aromatic polycarbon we say, no? So aromatic carbons, so they are like ring structures, we say benzene. So all these things, they are the stable carbon forms. So that is what useful actually for us. So this actually with here you say carbon rich material produced by heating biomass in a oxygen limited environment. See, always this question is even for me many times mysterious. People say no oxygen, pyrolysis means. I don't know, without oxygen, can there be any combustion? See, you might have done some experiment, candle experiment. You have lit a candle, then you have closed with some jar. Then after a few seconds, that will go. You know that experiment. So it means even for a spark to continue, there is some oxygen required, no? So that's why limited environment, oxygen limited environment. Okay, that is better than saying no oxygen. That's what I, otherwise there is oxygen within the biomass that is taken. Are you getting? CHO, basic things. In any biomass, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen will be there. Apart from that, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, calcium, many other, magnesium, manganese, like that many things will be there, zinc, even micronutrients. There will be embedded somewhere. Are you getting? So somewhere this is happening. So that oxygen is very fundamental for this thing. Yeah. So this, of course, these other values I will tell later. But here IBA is giving definition. See, they have very aptly said IBA. Okay. Otherwise, many people will say no oxygen like that. Pyrolysis means. So biochar being added to soil. This is for soil functions and reduce. This is only one application, but that is a dominant application. So biochar became so significant now why we are thinking so much is because there is a huge potential. So many people they say I am going to start a pyrolysis unit. So I am telling, okay, what is your capacity? So they will tell, okay, 1,000 tons per annum. You are not even worth 2 villages, I tell. Then it is like a balloons हवा निकालते ना वैसा हो जाते आदमी. See, the potential is if you take 5 tons per 1 acre of field, 1 hectare of field, let us say 1 hectare field, 5 tons minimum for the first application. So in a village, how many thousands of hectares will be there? So if you calculate that way, it is nothing, no? Are you getting? But we are feeling like that. I mean to say, that's why they said gigatons, they say usually. Don't ask me how many zeros are there in gigaton. Gigaton means so huge. They say if you can sequester 300 gigatons, then all the problems on this earth are solved. Imagine like that. Okay, that way you get a scale. Means all the now emissions are there, sequestration and that potential, what we say. So 1 gigaton, like in some companies on their website, they write down 1 gigaton, I am committed. Yeah, if you have gone through some websites. So like that, that is better vision and better challenge that we are taking rather than limiting ourselves. Are you getting? Yeah. So this IPCC thing you can read because let us follow some standard definitions only. Otherwise, if you put any other websites definitions on our any page or anything when we are communicating to somebody, then there will be lots of questions. So let us try to take like IBS standard or IPCC is far better because that represents several countries rather than one agency or something. Yeah. So those definitions are far better. Then biochar. Yeah, so here usually excess of 350 degrees. So 350 degrees minimum you put temperature. Above that only it should be there. But for most of our applications, it is like between 500 and 600. Even if you make it 600, it is better because sometimes if you keep the higher thing limit, like 100 marks, if I say, you will get at least 95. If I say 500, you will be at 450. That's why if you put yourself as 600 degrees centigrade, you might be there at 550 in your pyrolysis. That is better thing. Otherwise, if you ask me range, then at least you should be somewhere between 500 and 600, I say. That gives good quality biochar, good characteristics of biochar. Means the porosity or the values that it carries for our soil amendment and applications. Okay, this is a thumb rule, you keep it. Okay, like this. So is again limited oxidant condition concentration to prevent combustion. So that is pyrolysis, what is say. So here this is by definition we say pyrolysis. Okay. So here as I said the biochar is not new. So as civilizations existed, see any civilization that thrived, even if you imagine cavemen, cavemen with a fire you imagine at the most, and you imagine two cavemen doing with some stone, some spark they are creating like that you imagine. Yeah, because that is the only difference between the human being and all other life on this earth. All other life they are afraid of fire. All other life they are afraid of smoke also. But human beings are the only things who adopted fire as a strength. See, one thing is your own calories. Your own calories means whatever you eat, it gives you energy. That is a kind of calorie. Second calorie is what you are getting from the combustion. That energy, extra energy, like why you cook, you are getting. By cooking, you are reducing the process of wasting your energy. Let us say I am a vegetarian. I will not have time to speak with you if I don't cook and eat. Because I will be grazing and in between I will say hi and then I will be grazing. Did you see cattle? Anytime lifting their heads and speaking to with friends. कोई शेर होए तो बच्चों के साथ खेलता रहेगा, ऐसा देखता रह बैठेगा. Because it had one meal and 3 days it can remain like that. Are you getting? So that way by cooking, we are also having TV देखने के लिए बैठ गए. Both time मिल गया ना. So we are having so much time to do many other things on this earth. So that way So once they started this using biomass, and then even charcoal also they started using. Initially, whatever jargon was existing, the jargon. So biochar is a contemporary thing actually name, but otherwise we used charcoal. Okay, we used for many things like environment, agriculture, many purposes. It solved. Even our own civilizations, it helped biochar. Even now, archaeology department, if they found a cave, exactly they want to know when people were existing in that cave. What they do? Carbon dating, C14. Are you getting? Isotope. So actually that is more accurate to tell years than other things. If you go for uranium, thorium also, you will not get accurate date. But this carbon dating is very nice. That's how they are able to tell exact year of people staying there. Because biochar doesn't get degraded. But isotopes that happen with aging, with that they can identify the exact date when they lit it. And you know other animals don't light fire. So that way you are linking to people. किसने जलाया जंगल? हनुमान जी का नाम मतलब बेचारा. So it must be some human being only. Most of the time intentional burning, otherwise accidental is different, है ना? So that way, if we go to any culture across Asia, Africa, Europe, or the oldest cultures, there you find all these evidences. Okay. So here, what happened is in the recent, especially about 20-25 years before, somewhere at that time, people, there is a nice movie also, El Dorado. Anybody seen? Free online, you can watch. El Dorado means in search of gold in their language. Okay. So if I tell you that there is gold in that jungle, you will also go, no? But after going to that jungle, searching everywhere, you find only charcoal everywhere. Then what you feel? How you feel? हाँ हाँ अच्छा है. मैं भी वो ज्वेलरी बॉक्स में पूरा चारकोल दे के हाँ गिफ्ट दिए तो मेरे घर वाले मुझे भगाते. अभी मैं जंगल में ही घूमना पड़ेगा. अपना ब्लैक गोल्ड बोले तो अभी बायोचार है. Okay, agreed. So what they found is at the end, searching everywhere, nothing. Islands of dark earth was found. Amazon dark earth. Getting. So this dark earth, so these people, they enriched their soils by applying biochar continuously for years together. And not only that, many cultural elements or civilization elements like your pottery shards or your bones, okay, or your urine or anything like your farmyard manure. So everything together they have made special islands. So these islands were able to help them to cultivate, because in high rainfall areas lots of leaching happens. So your nutrients will go away. So actually they are trapped by this particular material. Within that, biochar is an important element. Okay. So then they discovered these islands which are as big as the size of France, it seems, together. It means you find suddenly one very nice green forest or lots of greenery and there is nothing much growing around. If you go and dig there, this is there, like that. So this nutrient rich, highly productive agriculture area, soil fertility enhancement based on this regional knowledge and practice that happened here. So that is the discovery. So similarly, don't think that the farmers in other countries around the world don't know. Everybody knows. They also applied, may not be at that scale, because for them it was a necessity, Amazon people, because high rainfall area. And beautiful civilization might have existed. The problem with this jungle areas is they don't get construction material. So they don't create such huge palaces or buildings, stone and other. They'll only have huts. So in civilization, after few years, there is nothing. If you have used mud bricks, where is mud brick gone? Hai na? So there is not much recorded. Okay. Actually, one traveler has visited that Amazon area. Then he wrote a book, Eldorado book. Within that, he mentioned there are some palaces with gold, like huge tons and tons of gold, something like that. Originally, that is was the motivation to go there. Here, like this, can you see different things? So here, terra preta soils are black earth. Terra preta. Terra means Portuguese term. Black earth. Terra means earth. Preta means black in their language. So it's a black earth in Portuguese, are the type of very fertile soils found in Amazon rainforest of South America. These soils are characterized by their dark color, high levels of organic matter, exceptional fertility compared to surrounding soils. And terra preta soils have been cultivated by indigenous people. Okay. So, but what is happening is, even now they are selling as potting soil. Like gardeners are there, no? For them, they sell, this is the like gold they sell. They don't do anything. This is, some people they sell land. But if their grandfather sold their land, where they will be? They will be on the footpath. So this soil they have not created. What rate they have to sell that soil? Tons and tons for getting money. So this, I think, in the civilization or in the history of this earth, the most greedy people on this earth are, who are they? Which generation? Not human, this generation people only. If my great grandfather has sold everything, I would not have had even land or nothing. Zero, no? He, in spite of so many odds, they remain there. You have highest debt, which time you have? Now only. You imagine any king, Akbar left this much debt to the World Bank, anything is there? Nothing. Any king you take, Sri Krishna Devaraya made so much loan from so and so country, you have to pay back now. Is there anything? No. Who is doing all that? Debt of your environment. I mean to say, you have created a negative thing to everything. You have made शून्य से भी आगे बढ़ गए. शून्य अच्छा है, न्यूट्रल अच्छा है, जीरो अच्छा है, ग्राउंड जीरो, उससे भी आगे बढ़ गए, नेगेटिव है ना. कोई बच्चा पैदा होगा, वो पहले से ही मेरा ऊपर इतना इस देश में है बोलेगा, दुनिया में है बोलेगा. अमेरिका गए तो और ज्यादा है उसका ऊपर, हर एक का सिर का ऊपर बोलते हैं ना, वैसा है. So this in the 18th and 19th centuries, charcoal was widely used as a fuel source, because at that time heating, cooking and industrial processes. I feel many times what jungles you are seeing today, even about 200 years back, they were very poor sometimes, because they had no petrol. They are not, see, Dick Boy and all that is very recent, no, for us also. Even you imagine Saudi Arabia and all that, till recently they were only shepherds. हो ना, रेगिस्तान में घूमते रहते उधर इधर. वो सडनली विद इन लास्ट 100 years उन लोग they are seeing something. So it means earlier, then what was the fuel or energy source? So this was there. Otherwise coal was there. That is another thing. That is also late discovery only. Coal was also not extensively exploited. Maybe from industrial revolution onwards it came into existence. So if you take 18th and 19th centuries, in those days charcoal was used in various industries, including iron and steel production. If you go to Bastar, even now, you find beautiful works of iron. You have seen Bastar art? They make some ornamental things also, they sell. So metallurgy was there. Even in some of the remote forest areas, metallurgy was there. Agreed? So now what happened is, with of course that industrialization or centralized production systems have come into existence, and blacksmithing in any village, nobody imported a needle also. Anything you have to make locally. Gram Swaraj kind of systems were there. If you say circular economies, they were very much circular and local. So here deforestation, environmental degradation, everything continued in those days also. Even wood was used as well as wood for charcoal was also used. And in 20th century, okay. So there we got these fossil fuels, mostly coal, oil and natural gas, all these things. So there was some compensation. Of course, population was increasing, demand was increasing, but there is some compensatory things happening. But this is in time in the history of the whole earth. There is only one species who celebrated the death. Who is that species? हम. डेथ का मतलब क्या है? फॉसिल. फॉसिल का मतलब क्या है? समथिंग डाइड. समथिंग डाइड इन द पास्ट. सम ऑयल हैज कम आउट बिकॉज हम ज्यादा तेल खाते हैं ना, इसलिए ऐसा. मे बी ऑल क्रीचर दे लिव्ड वेरी वेल, सो दे हैड लॉट्स ऑफ तेल इन देयर बॉडीज. सो व्हेन दे buried inside the soil, it happens, no, after death there is a huge flood, let us say. So the so many animals they got, okay, उसका ऊपर सैंड भी आ गया, अंदर गए. अंदर क्या हुआ? स्लोली कुकिंग हुआ है. with some little temperature, all the oil, where it will go? It remained inside. What we call petroleum. Rocks don't give oil, remember. Petro means rock. Oleum, oil. So within the rocks, this oil got deposited. So that oil we are celebrating in the form of petrol, kerosene, gas, LPG, diesel, including our roads. Asphalt, where it comes from? अभी भी आप you go to any crematory place, you get all these products if you want to. If you can catch, you can get all these products very nice. But we are very sentimental, no? अरे बाप का तेल भी निकाल रहा है बोलते. We don't want that बाप का तेल. Otherwise, the day will come, you see, government will not have no other options. Now that's why they are struggling this year onwards. I mean to say last 1-2 years, they don't have any other option. पेट्रोल पंप बंद हो गए तो कैसा, गाड़ियाँ क्या हो जाएगा? Very big threat is going on globally. So everybody is thinking on this. So this because of that, again the coal utility might have reduced, but other charcoal and charcoal utility might have come down, but coal and other fossil fuels utility came up. But there were some new things which are identified with this. Okay, industrial processes such as metallurgy and activated carbon. Your water thing has come. Activated means your water, your gas purifier, or your what is a scrubbers. Like that, if you say n number of applications are there, they not tell, including in your dialysis, they use same charcoal. Name is different. So there are empty new applications have come and they are using it. So here because of high porosity and surface area, these are the various applications, okay, including medical treatments, even absorbing the toxins. All these things are happening. Beyond that, we have the one nation. What is that nation? Special nation. Barbecue nation. You know that? हाँ, अभी वो बारबेक्यू के लिए भी जा रहा, ग्रिलिंग करते करते. ओके, सो बारबेक्यू के लिए भी आजकल इट्स अ वेरी गुड वैल्यू प्रोडक्ट एक्चुअली. फ्रॉम हैदराबाद बेस्ड सम कंपनीज आर देयर. They are using this special barbecues charcoal. They are making briquettes. They are making, okay, especially which doesn't give some emissions, but it gives nice burning like that. And cost is very high. Even if they have small unit, continuous demand is there. for the purchase and like that. Okay. Here again the 21st century, this is our period. So imagine 2000, year 2000 or this millennium, whatever we say, is the benchmark for our new approaches with biochar. So even when I started around 2005, there was no jargon called biochar. So 2007 onwards they are using. So slowly people had been publishing papers, doing research. Cornell University is one good university. I remember today somebody was asking me to recollect the names of the people. T.R. Miles or Tom Miles is the person who is in USA who made some groups actually. Simple groups he started with like that. Even IBA was not there. So in those groups we used to discuss in the title called Terra Preta or cook stoves. Actually our first thing was cook stoves only. Even I started as a cook stove guy. In my cook stoves I had a byproduct called charcoal. That charcoal was rediscovered as biochar with a new jargon. Because in charcoal stoves, the optimum temperature we get up to 700 degrees. So whatever charcoal is happening, that's a good biochar for me, logically. Okay. So like that, then especially it started with three different geographic locations. First is US, okay. Then Europe, okay. Jonas Lehmann was the person, one person who made it popular. Cornell University is a professor there. Then Europe it started. Then Australia. Good that developed countries started. In villages also, whenever I go and discuss with farmers, when I tell two poor farmers and ask them to adopt, by telling one poor farmer, he has adopted, why don't you adopt? If I tell, he will not adopt. But if a rich farmer is adopting, he will adopt. Good, at least now there is some people who are there, at least our people will want to follow. Okay, because they know it is not so easy for them also to convince their governments and bring up policies or because there it is more stringent. Here, if you want to make biochar, just to burn like this. Okay, I got the matchbox, but I am not showing. So, see what is happening, you tell me. What all happens, tell me one after another, other my finger will burn. Huh? Can you see biochar? Tip you forget, that is chemical thing. What is coming from wood, you see. See, yeah. This is the beauty of ship matchstick. This is on a home light also. Ship is another thing. So if you read here, what it is written? Carbo, yeah, something like carbonized it is written. I am not getting it right. Yeah. Carbonized means they are putting some kind of chemical here. Otherwise, in traditionally in other matchboxes, what happens is this tip falls down and there will be some fire also. So people had some accidents. So that's why they have dipped these things with some chemicals. So since then, matchsticks are like this. In my childhood, this head used to fall down. Okay, but if you remove this chemical aside, see if I take this one, what is this? Biochar. अरे मैं बोला था मुझे कुछ करो हाँ नया नया नाम लग दो अभी 2000 में पैदा हुआ अभी नाम ठीक है so this is biochar got it then there is some wood which is not which got heated but which did not get into carbonized that is torrefied and this is wood whatever is remaining and there was some smoke did you see at the end before it is dying out got it so here it is carbonized we are seeing not seeing ash if it is ordinary matchbox it would have fallen down, and at the tip you would have seen ash also. So you would have seen all the four things. Got it? If you take any other stick and then you burn, then you can see all the four things. Okay. So to teach anybody, this is the best thing to teach all the four things. 4 or 5 things, even torrefied wood also. Yeah. So here there are so many applications we have, and new applications are coming. See, if I remember, I have recently listed out maybe 250 plus applications are there. And at the end, what is happening when I am telling more applications? People are not thinking in tons of biochar to be applied. They are thinking low volume, high value products. There they see more potential to make business immediately without any credits also. That is happening. They are getting converted. So the transition is happening. So that research and everything, all efforts are going on. So now knowledge is there enough, I think. Only, and there is no competition. Even if we have 1,000, 10,000 or 1 lakh players in India on biochar and varied products. Recently, when there is one institute here on women enterprises especially, or otherwise micro enterprises overall, but they focus on women also. I was telling, even if you tell 1 million women can get livelihoods out of biochar or employment. If you tell any political party, they will be jumping, because that is a big problem for them now, how to give employment. And this is a new domain. We have just started, and we can integrate into or do value addition in all other existing sectors also. So that is the potential we have. So the miraculous thing of the 21st century is biochar. Yeah, very good. Anyhow, women are the only people, sir, who use lots of kajal and other things. I think they love biochar more. Yeah, काजल जो लगाते हैं ना, वो पूरा बायोचार ही है आपका. So don't underestimate. So बच्चों को भी लगाते हैं ना इधर, वो ये काला काला टीका, वो पूरा बायोचार है. So कोई नया गाड़ी खरीदे तो भी कोयला का रहता उसमें, बांधते ना उसको ऐसा. So you'll have more applications actually in day-to-day life, knowingly unknowingly. आपका सूत को पकड़ के काजल बनाते ट्रेडिशनली. वो दिया रहता है ना, then सूत is going out. You put some oil, you put 1 spoon above. So within no time you will have that सूत. So that सूत is used as kajal originally.